Hello and welcome to Valuechain News. I am Naomi Oleribe. First, the headlines. Nigeria International Energy Summit (NIES) slated for 16th to 20th April 2023. Wale awarded contract for Nigeria Morocco gas pipeline. Imo explosion, Ihedioha Okorocha expressed sadness. And now, the news in detail. Nigeria's Federal Ministry of Petroleum Resources has unveiled plans for the 6th edition of the Nigeria International Energy Summit (NIES) 2023. The summit, which will take place in Abuja from April 16th to April 20th, 2023, is expected to focus on fossil fuels as the world pursues the energy transition agenda. With the theme Global Perspective for a Sustainable Energy Future, NIES 2023 will be on the front burner, overarching global energy trends and perspectives so that policymakers and other players in the sector can more easily understand the latest developments and the best roadmap to drive the energy transition. In an online media broadcast, Chief Timipre Silver, Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, said NIES 2023 is primed to be a showstopper as it will be the valedictory edition of this administration. The summit is a federal government official energy industry event with the Federal Ministry of Petroleum Resources and all its parastatals, jointly hosted by the Nigerian National Petroleum Company (NNPC) Limited, Nigerian Content Development and Monitoring Board (NCDMB), Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission (NUPRC), Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority (NMDPRA), Petroleum Technology Development Fund (PTDF), and Petroleum Training Institute (PTI). Australian engineering group Wale has been awarded a contract to provide main front-end engineering design feed services for the Nigeria-Morocco gas pipeline project. The engineering study is progressing in accordance with initial project planning. When completed, the over 7,000-kilometer long gas pipeline will link Nigeria with Morocco across 11 West African countries and Europe. In addition, the pipeline will provide a new avenue for countries along the route to export their gas to their neighboring countries and Europe. Former governors of Imo State, Rochas Okorocha and Emeka Ihedioha, have expressed shock over last weekend's explosion which occurred in Abezi Forest in Ohajegbema local council of the state, where about 110 persons were burnt to death, describing the incident as an unfortunate and avoidable loss of human lives and property. The duo, in a statement, called for a detailed investigation of the disaster. Meanwhile, President Muhammadu Buhari has ordered the nation's security forces to intensify the clampdown on similar facilities to prevent a repeat of the tragedy. Equity Bank has entered a memorandum of understanding with the Ugandan National Oil Company (UNOC) that potentially opens access to demand for finance by local business and small and medium enterprises seeking a foothold in the oil and gas value chain. According to the MOU that was signed on the sidelines of the 8th Annual Oil and Gas Convention, the lender will provide working capital at competitive rates to corporates and SMEs populating the oil and gas value chain. The stakeholders will also collaborate in enterprise development for SMEs, clean energy use, and environmental conservation. It was gathered that the bank would extend financing to support farmers, education, and training for young people, and more affordable and accessible health systems for all. Dr. James Mawangi, the Equity Group Managing Director, said wealth creation is the quickest tool to lift local people from poverty, and the needs of oil and gas sector will serve as this vehicle. Russia earlier today halted gas supplies to Bulgaria and Poland for rejecting its demands to pay in rubles, a move believed to be taking direct aim at European economies in its toughest retaliation so far against international sanctions over the war in Ukraine. Poland confirmed that supplies had been cut, while Bulgaria said it would find out soon. Both accused Gazprom of breaching long-standing supply contracts. Because all trade and legal obligations are being observed, it is clear that at the moment the natural gas is being used more as a political and economic weapon in the current war, Bulgarian Energy Minister Alexander Nikolov said. Russian President Vladimir Putin demanded last month that buyers from unfriendly countries pay for gas in rubles or be cut off. The European Union says this violates contracts that called for payments in euros. The National Malaria Elimination Program yesterday said the World Bank has provided $200 million, a loan to fund malaria intervention program in 13 states of the Federation. The national coordinator of the program, Dr. Perpetua Unomoibin, said the loan provided by the World Bank was to take care of anti-malaria efforts in the 13 states not covered by similar intervention program being implemented in other 23 states. Speaking during a ministerial press briefing at the Federal Ministry of Health in Abuja, the coordinator said there were two components of the World Bank loan for Nigeria, the one for malaria and that of Immunization Plus, which is under the National Primary Healthcare Development Agency. Speaking on efforts to reduce malaria disease in the country, the coordinator said the program was implementing environmental management initiative in collaboration with the Nigeria Space Research Agency, NASDA, to identify some of water bodies where we have malaria hotspots in the country. Before we end the news, here's a recap of our headlines. Nigeria International Energy Summit (NIES) slated for 16th to 20th April 2023. Wale awarded contracts for Nigeria-Morocco gas pipeline. Imo explosion, Ihedioha Okorocha expressed sadness. And that's the news. I am Naomi Oleribe. Good evening.